kita tengok kan functions in the food chain are changes nowadays. Okay, compared tadi traditional and also modern food systems. Dulu orang buat makanan because of we want to give the food to the people. Okay, daripada farmer pergi ke supplier, supplier pergi ke manufacturer, manufacturer pergi ke warehouse, warehouse buying desk pergi dekat store format bagi dekat client dan consumers. So dulu syarikat mana-mana je makanan, they want to produce the product because they want to give the product to sell the products. But now that in terms of the goods, but our food chains are changing. Now kita beli makanan because of the demand for the consumer. Okay, consumer akan pergi dekat buying desk, ke warehouse, manufacturer and also pergi ke farmers. So these are all the changes of the food chain, and also ini juga yang menyebabkan perubahan in terms of our food choices. Okay, because of the pengaruh industrialization, globalization, McDonaldizations that we have learned before this. These are all that make the food chain are changes nowadays. Okay. So dulu zaman dulu kita risau sangat insufficient food. Dulu the challenge of the greatest nutritional challenge is insufficient food. But now the greatest nutritional challenge adalah over consumption of food, over produce of food. And people will say that kenapa ramai walaupun kalau dah betul makanan dah banyak, but all people still have in hungry, kenapa tak cukup makanan? Actually it's not tak cukup makanan. Makanan banyak tapi kita banyak membazir makanan. Okay? And then what happened is to tackle this problem, the insufficient food problems zaman-zaman dulu. So the government will sought to stimulate the production and also distribution of as much as inexpensive food. Waktu dulu kerajaan kata cara yang terbaik untuk kita menangani masalah tak cukup makanan ni, kita akan menghasilkan makanan-makanan yang murah. Okay? Yang semurah yang mungkin, yang mampu untuk golongan-golongan yang memerlukan untuk membeli makanan tersebut. Okay? Dan as we know that makanan-makanan macam starchy, as I mentioned just now, fat is a cheap food. Makanan yang murah. Okay? And then makanan-makanan yang processed, okay? Stable processed food products. These are all considered as cheap food or inexpensive food. So at the time, so dulu masalah dari segi insufficient food. So sekarang ni at the time, okay, a problem is that bila dah banyak makanan-makanan yang murah ni, inexpensive, so it's happened the global pandemic of obesity and also chronic diseases. Okay, maaf, bukan bising. Okay, and this is from what happened, this global pandemic of obesity and also the chronic diseases is because it's come from the widespread of availability of inexpensive food. Actually, that inexpensive food is to cover the insufficient food. But then, orang yang sufficient pun akan membeli makanan-makanan tersebut yang which is inexpensive, unhealthy and also inconceivable. That was the greatest ni lah Okay. So what happened bila benda ni berlaku, the public health nutrition under Ministry of Health, okay, through the medium of health promotions, okay, they need to address this war, or we can sebagai war, these wider issues, and how they want to control the food supplies, the inexpensive food supplies. So masalahnya benda tu kita nak tackle insufficient food, but at the same time kita nak juga tackle masalah-masalah pandemic of obesity. So public health nutrition ni kerja dia adalah untuk memastikan bahawa kita masih boleh membekalkan that kind of food, but at the same time they need to have a health promotion. Okay, health promotions to look at and who going to control the food supply, and thus okay the influence on the food chain and the food choices of the individuals and communities. Dia akan tengok dekat chain tadi kat mana yang they have to tackle on. Okay, sebagai contoh, okay, kalau rokok lah I mean about rokok is food. Okay, they can sell the rokok, but dengan syarat public health kata kena letak sign of effects of smoking, macam cancer ke apa-apa dekat depan rokok tu. And still that is one of the strategy of the public health untuk menyedarkan rakyat, tapi still people will buy it. So still it depends because of what? Because mereka dah biasa merokok. That is their lifestyles, okay? And then sama juga kalau dulu kita kata okay, jangan minum Milo. Baru sekarang kita kata jangan minum Milo. Okay, sedangkan Milo tu dah menjadi sebahagian daripada minuman kita daripada kecil sampai besar. Okay. It depends on the people, whether people want to change or not. Okay. And then salah satu yang orang kata yang paling upstream adalah untuk kita perketatkan our food policy. Okay. And then the one that we have been learned from the tobacco, and it is necessary if we want seriously to influence our food choices. Masalah nak bagi food tax kat sugar kalau kat overseas dah lama dah buat. Kat Malaysia there are many issues in order to give a tax to the sugar. But finally in 2019 barulah kerajaan berani untuk mengenakan tax ke atas sugar pada all the food companies that use sugar in their products lah. But still, okay, it depends on food choices. Kalau orang kata daripada kecil memang diorang dibesarkan untuk makan manis-manisan, and tiba suddenly you bagi manis, they will say that the food is not sedap, because they have been trained to eat sweet food at the early age of their life. Okay. And then there is a wide-ranging debate over the role of the food industry in influencing of food choices. Okay, mana-mana polisi yang telah diubah, especially nutrition food policy, kita kena panggil food industry to discuss about. I have experience juga belajar waktu kita nak setkan untuk RNI dan recommended nutrition intake formulation in 2017. Okay, isunya adalah waktu kita nak menetapkan how much of the saturated fatty acids, okay, in terms of fat intake of Malaysian people. Because of kita tahu bahawa our own product kalau kat Malaysia adalah palm oil. So palm oil is one of the sumber ekonomi of Malaysian. Kalau kita nak katakan kita nak restrict pengambilan palm oil, actually kita telah menidakkan kepada sumber ekonomi negara kita. Okay, so the changes, if we want to change it, to reduce it in terms of the intakes of fat intake, especially on the palm oil, actually kita telah melanggar satu perjanjian, okay, di antara the palm oil company with the government. Okay, dan benda tu memang is quite difficult actually, dan kita kena really look at into that. Kalau kita maknanya RNI ni, bila hari tu RNI ditulis dan ingin dikubal, sebelum ia dibentangkan, actually we have to call all the food industries to agree with this kind of RNI. Okay, ada certain that we can fight for it, and ada certain that bila kita terikat dengan governments, we terikat dengan kontrak-kontrak, we terikat dengan legal punya binding, then this is quite difficult for us to change it, because macam saya cakap, palm oil is the main of our economy punya income. But if we try to control in terms of the palm oil intake, okay, as the main source of fat intake for Malaysian people, dan benda tu akan sebenarnya menyusahkan. Okay. So and then WHO juga has challenged juga the food industry over its roles in promoting certain types of fats and processed food. Okay, and then because of that, kita tahu bahawa food policy is very crucial importance to health and nutrition. Sebab tu nanti kita ada belajar pasal MPAM. I'm not going to teach you about the nutrition policy here, but I'm not going to ask also about nutrition policy in the exam. So what I will do is that I will put the information about the nutrition policy, the one that I have taught the nutrition students last semester. And if you have any questions, you can ask me. But I will try to put the lecture notes, okay, dekat clip for you to read your own lah. Polisi-polisi yang telah dibangunkan oleh kerajaan Malaysia, especially the Ministry of Health, to look at how this nutrition policy actually can control the food industry of the food company to produce their own food. Okay. So it makes the case that the public health nutrition has not engaged with upstream policy or the determinants of food supply, preferring instead to confine itself mainly to dietary guidelines and also lifestyle factors. And okay, how the food industry influence nutrition and health. Okay, kita akan bersambung pada the next video.